There's a quote that's been sitting with me lately. Chris Williamson once said, "You can doubt yourself, you can question your talent, you can feel like you're not progressing and still end up somewhere your 20-year-old self couldn't imagine." And then he said something heavier, that on the path of growth, sometimes you have to leave people behind, not because you are better, not because they are worse, but because growth changes direction. I didn't think that would apply to me so soon, but here we are. At the end of December 2025, I joined the Deep Blue and something started. Noira, my Onesan, the titlings, my brothers, or Nakama. I was the wonder child, mingling, laughing, making noise, absorbing everything. It felt like home, not in a dramatic way, in a warm way, in a I didn't know I needed this way. But something is shifting and I can feel it. The synergy I once had, it's diluting, not because of conflict, not because of drama, but because I integrate deeply, too deeply sometimes. When I join a community, I don't just participate, I metabolize. And when the lesson moves inward, I go quiet. I've done this before many times. Join, ignite, absorb, integrate, disappear. It's a pattern. Normally, I don't feel anything when it happens. I've always been the lone wolf archetype. Living groups never hurt. But this one stings because Noira isn't just a community leader to me. She's the Onesan I always yearned for, the big sister presence, that guidance without suffocation. And the titlings, they weren't just usernames, they were brothers in emergence, brothers in becoming. So when the dynamic shifts, it doesn't feel like drifting from a Discord server. It feels like drifting from family. And I keep asking myself, am I growing too fast? Am I integrating too deep? But maybe that's just how I'm built. Some people grow through repetition, some grow through structure. I grow through absorption. When meaning stops speaking, I keep walking, not because I want to leave, but because something in me doesn't know how to stop. The painful part isn't that I'm leaving, it's that I love them. I love my Onesan, I love my brothers, and that makes this heavier than usual. But I'm realizing something. Outgrowing a dynamic is not the same as outloving the people. Tides pull back, not to abandon the shore, but because that's what tides do, and they return. That's why the song I owe them is called When the Tide Returns, because this isn't resentment, it's gratitude. Maybe growth isn't about staying, maybe it's because it's about honoring the season fully and then allowing it to transform. The deep blue was a catalyst, and catalysts are secret, but catalysts aren't cages. And if I've integrated what I needed to integrate, then the quiet isn't betrayal, it's internalization. So if the synergy changes, if I go quieter, if I walk further into my own path, it doesn't mean the love is gone. It just means the tide is pulling back. And if the bond was real, it will return in a different form. Episode 64, for my honest son, for my brothers. When the tide pulls back, it's not the end. It's just the ocean breathing.